It's so easy to just get in this routine of like waking up and sitting down in my little station and working all day and like never leaving the house. So it's really important that I just force myself to get out, even if it's like by myself for a few hours a day. What do we got? Good morning vlog. We are just getting ready for the day, and I'm also filming some content for Armani Beauty. They just sent me a bunch of stuff. So we've got a little multitasking action going on. But first I'm gonna go in with my Hourglass concealers. These are my favorite concealers. They're very high coverage, so I can wear this with nothing else and it would be totally fine. These are what I always start with. I do 2 shades, one a little darker for the full face and then one a little lighter for the eyes. Just gonna blend that out. What's crazy is Jill and I have officially been doing this traveling thing for 9 months. It feels like just yesterday we started out in Plymouth, and now we've done 9 months of basically being on the road, if you can call it that. Kind of where I'm at with everything is I feel like I'm kind of settling into this lifestyle. I wouldn't say I've gotten used to it, but we're getting there. Now we're going in with the lighter shade. But I will say that it's definitely gotten easier. And like I'm already excited to go to the next place, even though I do love Boston. But I am starting to miss some things. I miss my closet and just having all of my clothes. I'm so sick of the things that I have and the clothes that I have, and I don't really want to replace or get new things because then you just have to travel with it, and we're trying to keep that to a minimum of like the stuff that we're carrying with us. All of our things are still in storage in LA, and I don't know when we're going to be back there to swap out or put some more stuff into storage, so we're trying to keep the things that we purchase to like the bare minimum. We have some travel plan and we are trying to launch a brand, so everything that we have that's not to live is going into the brand. We don't want to spend on excess when we have this brand that we're trying to launch because that's expensive. Okay, now that that's sat a little bit, I'm gonna blend. There really is so much to think about when you're launching a brand, especially when you get into the manufacturing and product. Aside from just making the product itself, then you have to think of things like tagging and packaging and how are you shipping out your product. All of that costs money, so we're really trying to be minimal with things in our everyday life so that we can funnel everything into the brand. Okay, this is currently my favorite blush. It's from Sachi Beauty. It's a blush stain. I used to be really afraid of these bright colors, but they make the prettiest colors, and I am a blush addict, so this one's become my current go-to. The other thing that I'm really missing is just having my own space to decorate and like my own home, my own little cozy creative space. I'm sick of living in other people's houses. I want my own. So I mean, it could be next year we finally settle down and move into a place. It could be 3 years from now. Originally the plan was to do this for 4 years, but that was before we had gotten so deep into the brand and we weren't really thinking about what that would look like logistically. Who knows what the next year will hold. We'll either settle down and stay in one place or we will keep moving. We're not really sure. It's kind of cool having this like nomadic lifestyle without really any ties anywhere, but at the same time, like I do miss having my own space and my things and like being in my own safe space. All right, see? How pretty is that? Favorite blush. Since we're just going through, you know, all the little updates, we just finished this book in our book club, the band literary department. Y'all, I struggled with this book. Okay, disclaimer, there could be some spoilers. If you want to read the book, I would maybe skip this part. This book was really difficult for me to get through in the fact that literally nothing happens. Brilliant writing, obviously, but I just couldn't get past the fact that nothing happens, and I think I was extremely disappointed in that. There are so many parallels in my disappointment of that fact between probably the character's disappointment in her own life and the fact that nothing happened. So I very much understand that aspect, and that's not to say that her writing isn't brilliant, the book isn't good. I just need a plot. I need some kind of ending. I need answers to the story. Like, there was no answers. That really just upset me. Pause. This is currently from Rare Beauty, my favorite powder blush. It's like super shimmery and stunning. Back to the book. There's this quote I will read quickly. Few things have happened in my life. I found the bus. I lost the road. I found the bunker. That's the book. There's obviously more to it, and it's a very existential dystopian novel, but that's the book. I struggled with that. Would I recommend it? If you're comfortable basically staring into the void for 180 pages, then yes, sure, absolutely go for it. But it wasn't my cup of tea. Maybe it'll be yours. On that note, we have selected our next book for the book club, which I am excited about. I feel like this is going to be such an opposite in terms of storytelling and plot. We are reading Bunny by Mona Awad, a darkly surreal and satirical novel about an outsider at an elite MFA program who becomes entangled with a cult-like clique of rich girls with increasingly bizarre and deadly consequences. This feels right up my alley. So as a reminder, anyone who's interested in joining our book club, we are on Fable. I will link the book club below. Everyone is welcome. We pick a new book every month. Favorite brow pencil. This one is by Benefit Cosmetics. Today it is raining. It's been raining for the last few days. That's the one thing I don't love about Boston is the weather. But Jill and I are just gonna go out for a few hours and kind of explore a little bit. When you only live somewhere for 3 months, you try to get the most out of it. So we're gonna go maybe find some pretty libraries and bookstores, go figure, to hang out in. So we will take you along with on that. And let's go. What are we making, Jill?
Lemon chicken,
Bone broth?
pasta.
Thank you. We made this a couple weeks ago and it's been my and yours favorite thing that we made in a while, so let's make some pasta. First, let's get some wine.